Good afternoon. Welcome to Healthcare Reality, hosted by Michael Weiss. That's me. The topic of today's show is A Dog's Affection, the Best Medicine. And today's show, given the topic, is sponsored by Pet Portraits by Nadine Lockage. You may not be able to get a great view of the pictures, but she does a spectacular job painting pictures of dogs. And you can check out her website at Nadine's, N-A-D-I-N-E-S, Nadine's, Pet Portraits, that's plural.com. I highly encourage you to check this out because if you love your dog and you want to have a nice little memory, there's no better way. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the videos, I host this show because I have a lot of experience with chronic illness and specifically with Crohn's disease. I've had it for about 25 years. I've been hospitalized over 150 times in so many states and had many surgeries, and I wrote a book about it. It's I was on the Today Show and the whole deal. It's a funny book, but it's informative. It's called Confessions of a Professional Hospital Patient. You could purchase it at Amazon or at my site, which is hospitalpatient.com, or at other bookstores. And it chronicles how I deal with Crohn's both in and outside the hospital. And whether you have a chronic illness or you have a family member who has a chronic illness, I think you'll get a lot out of this book. It's very informative, and it makes light of a lot of situations that people really need to gain perspective on. Okay, today's show. Why am I talking about dogs in a healthcare show? Well, all I can say is that I was a dog owner when I was a child, and as an adult, my lifestyle is not conducive to it. I don't want to bring a dog into a lifestyle where it wouldn't flourish. So what I do is I've been amazed by the resiliency of dogs, and I've learned this by watching all these television shows such as It's Me or the Dog, or Pit Boss, or The Dog Whisperer. I think they're on Animal Planet or Nat Geo, and shows like Animal Cops Houston. That show, just by way of example, when you see a dog who has to have his leg amputated, and then after his leg's amputated he has 3 legs and he just can't wait to just go out running, and he makes like it never happened. Well, they have dogs who are unfortunately abused by their previous owners, and they have chains that are embedded into their necks so bad and so deep. And when they're working on these dogs, they're as sweet as can be, and they must be in so much pain. And I get inspiration from that because there's something about dogs. They're able to just turn the page and forget about the past. And I think when you have a chronic illness, it's really important to do that, because you can't think that tomorrow is going to be exactly like yesterday. You must have hope. New inventions are made all the time. Your coping abilities get better, and you may get better. And I think I get that through dogs. I guess I came to this in a strange way in that before my dad passed away 2 years ago, he used to build doll houses. He was very good with his hands for children with cancer. Girls, or little boys, I would say, mostly girls, who were in cancer with a really dire prognosis. And he would bring the house into the hospital, and you'd see these kids' face light up like there's no medicine invented that can do that. That really opened my eye. It made me proud of my father, and it also made me see that there are other things besides hearing that you're going to be okay that will make you get through the day. And then I see dogs. I mean, I have personal experiences where I've seen dogs go into hospitals and make people smile who don't smile. I once took care of an elderly patient. I think it works well with children and the elderly because I guess you get the most dramatic effect that way. And I remember the roommate of the patient I was taking care of, who was like a 80-year-old man, but the roommate never said a word, didn't talk to anybody. And one day, one of these organizations, and now there's many, where they have dogs come visit and play with the patients, the dog wandered into the room and didn't know better and just sort of crawled up into the bed of the guy who didn't speak. And all of a sudden I saw the guy smile. I hadn't seen the guy smile in 3 or 4 years. That was such a wonderful thing. So you know, when you're looking for something, if you can get a dog and you can take care of a dog, get a dog. But if you're like a nerd like me and you can't have a dog in your life yet, and you need to just ride your bike if you can to dog parks on Saturdays or Sundays, you should do it. Because dogs are just, they're incredible. They are absolutely incredible. It's almost like they they know how to make you smile. They show you instant affection, and I don't care what kind of medicine that's ever invented, short of, hey, you're cured, just the way they make you feel. And I think they teach you to live in the moment. And I think that's really, really important. To end this, I have to say I did a little research online, and I came upon something which I think catches exactly why this topic catches me. It's from a website called Delta Society. I don't know, .org. Don't know exactly what the site does. But this blog entry is called "He Saved My Life and I Saved His." It's pretty short. It says, in 1998, I was going through a depression, but did manage to adopt a greyhound dog. Well, this dog needed attention, so instead of focusing on the negatives in my life, I focused on the dog. Then I started walking more, and I lost 10 pounds. Then I started snacking less, because whenever he heard a bag ruffle or the refrigerator door open, he was right there, so I ate less snacks and junk food. Then, because he was a greyhound, and greyhounds were not that common in my area at the time, more of my friends and acquaintances wanted to come over and see him, so I was more social. I always say that he saved my life and I saved his by adopting him. And I think everyone should have a dog or cat or some interactive pet in their life. I couldn't have said it better, and I guess that's the message of this video podcast. Dogs are resilient, and you'd be surprised where you get the power or energy to fight your chronic illness. And I've found that dogs are sometimes a great source of energy for that. And I think you might be surprised that you may get that same feeling I get. So think about that. And again, I just wanted to mention my book, Confessions of a Professional Hospital Patient. And please don't forget about Pet Portraits by Nadine. And here's a picture of those. And again, her website is nadine'spetportraits.com. Thank you very, very much.